Hi everybody, it's Lori Broccoloni with Life's Abundant Riches, and I wanted to share something with you about addictions, and it doesn't have to be an addiction to alcohol or cigarettes or anything like that. It could be addiction to worrying, it could be addiction to eating chocolate or something like that. But in this book, Little Book of Potentials, I found something that was fascinating, and I wanted to share it with you because I really think it really hits home with what's going on in our society today, especially with all the technical gadgets, the video games, parents working all the time and not having time for their kids, especially at a young age, and how addictions are created, basically. So bonding is with others heals what the bandages of addictions will never heal, will never will. So meaning that bonding with a child that's addicted, or something that the child did not get when he was addicted, started his addictions, there was a bond missing, a connection missing of love. Isolation was mostly the cause. So they did a study in the 1980s with a rat with 2 water bottles, okay? And this is when they were promoting the Dare Do Not Do Drugs with Ronald Reagan. And so they put a rat in there, and they put one bottle laced with heroin and the other with cocaine, or heroin or cocaine. They did one or the other. And the rat became obsessed with the drug water and kept coming back for more until it killed itself. And it had clear water in there too, but the rat was alone. So the media campaign from the Partnership for Drug-Free America ran repetitive ads. The only one drug is so addictive, blah, 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 saying that, you know, cocaine was no more addiction than heroin. Well, we all know heroin is really the devil's drug. So then a decade earlier, his name was Bruce Alexander, professor of the Department of Psychology of Simon Fraser University in British Columbia. He was struck by this experiment. So he decided that the rat was put in the cage all alone. He did not have any other stimulation, like playing football, basketball, or just he didn't have a community. So this is really important. You might want to hear this. This is really phenomenal. So with nothing to do, no rat's friends to play with, the rat repeatedly chose the drug and killed himself. So isolation, again, is the key. So Alexandra asked an open-ended question: what would happen if we tried this differently? So he built a rat park. I mean, like a park with a lush cage. Rats could play with colored balls, had the best rat food, they had tunnels, they had plenty of friends. I mean, everything that a rat could want in his ideal utopia life, the rat cage had it, okay? Now this is really funny. I mean, this is not funny, this is important. So, get that out of the way there. So anyways, so this is what happened. At the rat park, they put in the drug water of heroin and then water. So what occurred next was startling in the experiment. They were most people shunned it, but the rats, when they tasted the heroin water, never went back for more. None of them died during the whole study. In fact, they never went back to the water once they tasted it. So controversially, rats were alone. All the rats that were alone and unhappy became heavy users. The happy community was not a single heavy user. They chose bonding and they chose life. So where is that in our society? And why is the addictions happening? So we have to, it's a bonding that we have as a parent with the child. And lots of times, I took a course in NAMI, National Alliance for Mentally Ill. They're now finding in the last 8 years that if they separate the parents from a child that's born and needs medical care, and the child's separated for more than 10 days and doesn't have a bonding, those children grow up to be antisocial, and they're very detached and they become schizophrenic. So just wanted to point that out to you, that as a community, bonding is important, okay? With your children, with friends, with others. Hold them. And I know addiction is a horrible, horrible thing, but there's a real easy way to help somebody. You can release the trapped emotions, which I do long distance. for people with a donation charge, or you can have the matrix done for you, or you can just tap into your resource and become aware that you have an addictive behavior. So I just wanted to point out that study. I thought that was phenomenal, really phenomenal. So, okay, so questions, comments would be really appreciated. If you like the video, say you like it. Or your input. I would love to have your input on this, okay? So, Life's Abundant Riches, Lori Broccoloni, certified holistic practitioner, here to help you with some insights on life. Bye!